Good afternoon, YouTube. So today is Monday the 21st of September and let's dive right on in there. So this is the greenhouse at the moment. It's extremely hot. So as you can see, the poor plants have melted in here. These ones, I might have to take them out, but it's just that tough time where it's in between that fake spring, real spring thing you've got in Canberra, where it's really hot in the daytime and still freezing cold at night. And with 3 kids, I just don't have a lot of time to do basically the in out with the plants and the greenhouse. So unfortunately they've wilted, but hopefully with a bit of water they'll be right as rain again. You can hear my daughter Caroline say hi. Say hi, Caroline. No, you've gone shy. Really? Say hi. Hi. Alright, so you'll probably hear her in the background because she's with me today. So the golden bantam corn and the Jolly Roger sweet corn have popped. The painted mountain corn has popped. The zucchinis have popped. We've got the capsicums going well. The Kempsey Tri Pumpkin Blue. There's some survivors, not a lot. The pumpkins really aren't loving this here, there and everywhere temperature, unfortunately. There are some new leaves and that'll be okay. We might just have to pluck off the dead leaves and leave the nice new green ones. So nothing in the blue Hubbard squash yet, but second round of calendula and some Roma tomatoes have come up. Got the Balinese corn, lavenders, marigolds. Hi, Caroline. And these are just little apple trees. I just threw a heap of seeds from apples Caroline loves to eat into the garden bed and into the compost, and up they sprouted. So apparently I'm growing apple trees this year. A lot, and I don't even know what variety. Not that matters. Not to us anyway. So we've got some chilies, some peas. Let's have a look around this side. I've really got to be careful where I put my feet still. Some have gone to new homes, these seedlings, some have not. Caroline, watch out, sweetheart. Stuck. Oh no. We've got the spaghetti squash there, celery, pineapple sage. Careful, sweetie. We've got some glass gem corn, tomatoes, more apple trees, nasturtiums, basil, zucchini. We've got tomatillos and Amish paste tomatoes that have popped up there. I think that's the green zebra tomato and all the snake beans. Wow, they've all popped up. And the heat, they love it. Got different capsicums and chilies there. Still got this rescue lettuce and we've been eating that a lot, so well worth the rescue. My husband's watching, I'm not doing this. So we've got the blue banana Hubbard squash and they're all popping. It's just been so lovely and warm. Barrage looks great. It's finally getting its true leaves. Some beans, these were the test beans to see if they would do all right. I think we've got a bit of slug or snail pests in here, so I might have to go hunting a bit later after my 2 other boys come home, and I know they're home from the bus and in their rooms and whatnot, and then I'll go hunting for snails and slugs. We've got ironbark pumpkin and the triamble pumpkins. They're looking really good actually. They're about to get their next leaves. We've got more snake beans popping up. We're going to have a lot of snake beans this year. Pimply squash. We've got the Thai basil and the sweet basil looking really good. Ferns are looking good. A little bit of damage on the passion fruit, but that's okay. We've got Kempsey Dry pumpkin with the Cinderella top. So these are some of the pumpkins my husband's experimenting with growing from seed saving. So I can't wait to see how those actually turn out, whether they're true to the mother plant or something else entirely. So more of our try to save them plants. Some are looking a bit more worse for wear, even though they got a water this morning. I think it's just been so hot. Oh, that's the Styrian holus, so the pepita. If you like eating pepitas, this is the plant it actually does come from. You don't really eat the flesh, you can, but otherwise you just eat the seeds, roasted. More basil, chilies, lettuce, celery, more corn, I'm going to try and move around the other side of this. I think these are red alpine strawberries that are starting to pop up, so that's exciting. More tomatoes. Mint's looking a bit sad. I'm not sure why. I've been keeping the water up to it, but it's just one of those mysteries. We've got our sugar baby watermelons starting to come up. Very exciting. That's sad that some of those cucumbers are getting snacked on, and I don't know where the culprit is. We'll be coming back for you, my friend. Well, not really my friend. Greenhouse tomatillo, green zebra tomatoes, a sea of snake beans, and this is just the crazy sea of that candy melon that's got the yellow on the outer, and it's kind of like a rock melon on the inside. I just threw like, I think that was the equivalent seeds of like 3 melons in a tray and covered it up, and fingers crossed, and that's what happened. I'm going to seriously have to get into separating those tomorrow. That's my job tomorrow. Moneymaker tomatoes, not a lot of those seeds germinated. Now, I actually bought that packet, let me think where from. I think that one was from the reject shop, but that's just one of those things. It doesn't necessarily mean that's why it was at the reject shop. I've had a lot of seeds from the reject shop and they've germinated just fine with 98% accuracy, so it's not just because it came from the reject shop. Okay, I've got white Sol Alpine strawberries, so these are the white alpines now. Cherry tomatoes, looking really good, really healthy. More chilies, strawberries, zucchini, eggplant, tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, sweet bite cherry tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, heirloom mix. I'm excited to see which ones I get. I can see a few different leaf varieties. More Roma tomatoes. More Gross Liz tomatoes. More Roma tomatoes. As you can tell, we love our tomatoes. Alright. Let's go out. Let's cooler out of the greenhouse. We've got some telephone pole peas, sugar snap bush peas, Oregon bush snow peas, strawberries. They're getting their flowers, which is exciting. Hopefully we'll get some strawberry steam. That would be great. My daughter would love that. Our citrus tree there. Our Greek oregano. I'm starting to pot up some of the strawberries from the bed down here. I'll show you that in a minute. We've got more germination from our atomic red carrot, so they've jumped up a bit more. Still nothing from this purple one. It was an overseas one, the seed packet. Atomic purple, oh no, sorry, cosmic purple. There's some. It wasn't the best germination. This one, the atomic red, was definitely the best germination. I would say 85% germination. So that's fantastic. Instead of like 5%. Yeah. So there's this garden. We've got things popping up everywhere. Potatoes, snow peas, I think some turnips and radishes, some more Greek oregano. Let's see how many here's doing. In a little shade house. I know my husband's been away and he's eager to see how this is going because this is more his shade house with things in it. So citrus is doing really well. They're actually flowering, which is exciting. And that's on the, trying to see, one of the lemons, but it's, yep, it actually belongs to the spiky bush lemon, which is exciting. I know he loves that one. Figs coming out. Currants are coming back to life. Have a look in this little greenhouse here. We've got the start of the golden wax bean. Oh, it's a bit windy. I'm sorry if that's really, really noisy. It's just the plastic. So all the different melons that I've not tried before. So mango, honeydew, and muskmelon. The germination rate, I did put 6 seeds per punnet, so about 60%-ish, which is okay. Done my next stack of this one's going to be the golden potted pea, just on a little tomato cage, and that should be just fine. We've got the dwarf tender green beans starting to pop. Nothing from those yet, but that's okay. We've got sunflower territory. Aren't they beautiful? I love sunflowers. So this one's the giant, I'm trying to read my husband's writing, I can't read that, giant something. And the mammoth sunflower, so they're big ones. So you can tell how big they are in comparison to the others. This is the sunflower, evening sunflower. And it's got red in it. If you can tell on the stalk, if it's got colour in the stalk, it's going to have that in the flower. This is the sunbird sunflower. I don't think I've grown that one before. And then the black-eyed beans are starting. Isn't it funny how they lift the earth like that? Okay. And we've got my tray of specialty ones. So we've got the early long pod broad beans. We've got the purple king starting, and we've got the dwarf tender green, and then see how this is going down here. We haven't had the cover on it in a while, and the snow peas are doing just fine. Now these ones are the Yakimo giant, so they've just been transplanted. And they're on both sides with those panels. The chamomile's doing amazing. I'm going to have to split that up. I just haven't had time. I think I said I was going to do that last time, and just life happens with 3 kids and I didn't get around to it. So fingers crossed I get it done this week or next week. So the plum is in full leaf. Now this was funny, it had the flowers before the leaves, so we'll see what happens with fruit. And this garden has just exploded with the rain and the heat. So we've got things like potatoes and beets and turnips, and they were flowering, and we've got radishes, and oh, that one needs to come up, that's huge. Get that grass out. And we've got the saved and the direct sown snow peas next to it. What is this? I think that's a turnip. I have to pull some of these out soon, but I like leaving some for the bees and the butterflies to help them and feed them, and to just bring flowers into the garden early also. And I'll have rhubarb in there too, trying to make its way out soon. Hello, Caroline. My daughter's come out.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
Now here's that lovely purple flowered, where is it? Snow pea, and we've actually started to get purple pods. I'm so excited to have some of those in my stir fries. So we'll look into this greenhouse. Gosh, it's really, really warm in here. Really warm. So this one's got special beans as well. So the red noodle or snake bean, and zebra climbing beans. We've got the rattlesnake bean, the mostola wild goose climbing bean, the dragon's tongue, and the Windsor long pod bush. And then we've got a couple of melons here. Ooh, and this one is the Japanese cream flesh watermelon. I think that's coming up. No, that's not. There were teas. That was just some grass. Okay, so we've got rocket on this side. Nothing yet. And then rainbow chard or silver beet. And that's coming up. And this crazy mass is German chamomile, and I have to get onto that and separate it out soon, I think. I've got gazanias, dahlias, and pansies. They're going really, really well. More strawberries down here. Raspberries, strawberries. Red cross lettuce really isn't germinating. Zucchinis are. Malabar climbing spinach, nothing yet. But the calendula looks really good. That's a lot cooler out of there. There's a strawberry tower there. At this point, I'm just finding every possible place I can stick a pot of strawberries, because I have so many and many more to come. I just want to give you a look at that raised bed. How far has that come in the last 2 weeks? Ignore the grass, it needs mowing. but the bed, wow. I've got snow peas in the hanger going really well. I finally planted and hung my specialty strawberries up. A lot of flowering. Some even have little strawberries on them. I'm so excited. So this blueberry is just full of blossoms. That's our oldest one. I think we've had it for like 7 years. It's amazing. And what we do to get the most fruit and flowers from it is we prune off the old branches and we give it lots of coffee grounds. And it loves that. And it gives so many more flowers. One year we didn't give it anything. No coffee grounds or anything. We didn't prune it, nothing. And it gave us, I don't know, maybe 100 berries. And you might think that's amazing, but look at the difference. The next year we gave it all of that plus a little bit more water and a bit more sea salt, and it gave us 300. And now I have no idea. My guess is 500 flowers on there, just one. The other varieties are also in flower, which is amazing. The elderberry looks amazing, and we'll see how that goes this year. We've got a Strasberry tower, Pineberry tower, which is flowering, our apples, our autumn fruiting raspberry canes are shooting up. So these are the ones where these canes, they'll shoot up. You'll end up topping them off and they'll put out their laterals and they'll give you fruit. So that's amazing. We've got, I think this is an apple tree, I think. So it's doing alright. We've got peas, we've got the blackberry putting off new shoots, strawberries, peas, the raspberry. Those canes are coming to life. The broad bean, I love the flower. Beautiful blue purple rosemary flowers. We've got mint and spearmint and lamb's ear. More of those raspberries coming to life, and my daughter riding her bike. Hello! Slowly but surely, more things happening in the little fairy garden. I sprinkled I think it was like a rockery flower mix in there, so we'll see what happens. Bit of a surprise with flowers, some more mint, lemon balm, more oregano, more mint, more rosemary, that beautiful lavender. Pretty flowers. They're actually weeds, but my daughter loves them. So I've planted potatoes in this one yesterday, so there won't be much going on there. Got the extra raspberries in pots. Moved the lemongrass back there. The apple is blooms and leaves. It's actually got some pinky blooms up there. We bought some passion fruit, so at the moment it's a bit frost tender, so we're just keeping that in the greenhouse, bringing it out in a day to start to acclimatise. And this big pot actually has ginger, and it was only planted yesterday, so no risk of damaging any plants by putting those on top yet. So blackberry is looking great with new growth. shadow. Catmint. The silverberry vine. This was a little volunteer. I don't know how that got there. It's not doing too well. It's being snail damaged, but it doesn't seem to be frost bitten. It just seems to be snail bitten. So fingers crossed that we'll get our actual spring starting quite soon. More surprise berries. I have no idea what this is, whether it's the silverberry from the plant up here, whether it's the blackberry, or whether it's these raspberries. What would you like, darling?
I like
You would like the bubbles. Okay. I'll pop the bubbles on in a minute.
I see.
Amazing new leaves and that's so exciting! Flower buds! I'm so excited. I love silverberries. Can't believe the flowers are already starting. It's exciting. So lots of the little lettuce mix that I sprinkled on top. I'm going to dip that out. My daughter was just trying to get the flowers out of it, I think. You want the flowers? There you go. These purple peas are huge. Like I can't even convey how big they are. This is one of the pea flowers in my hand. It's massive. So I'm wondering whether it's a purple potted cross, some kind of giant variety, or not. More volunteer berries. More volunteer berries or next year's, either way. That little apricot back there I got in a swap a couple of years ago and it's now a couple of years old, the one with the leaves, so it's doing well. We've got pecans and almonds and hazelnut trees getting their new buds, getting their new growth. The cherry is covered in flowers. That is such an awesome sight. I love cherries. I love fruit. I love spring. Don't mind me, I just get so excited over spring and fruit. Alright, wind's starting to pick up, so we'll just keep this really, really short now. Do the last little bit. Alright, the vertical. Still have the lettuce and mustard greens, and it needs weeding, and there's strawberries with little flowers. So I've got amaranth and apparently another volunteer apple tree. They're like weeds this year. They're popping up everywhere thanks to kids, which is not a bad problem at all. More lettuce. I'm trying to get that little gazania I repotted to put roots in. So I'm trying to shelter it a little bit. Seed pods are coming along. We can see them forming in there. They're plumping up. So hopefully another couple of weeks and they'll be ready to pull out with their seeds for the bok choy. One of my boys has put that in there. Thank you, boys. We've got the frilly pink and red and green closed lettuce. So that's coming along. The frilly lettuce up the top has just gone straight to bolting. Well, that's sad. Oh well, okay. It's just that simple. Nothing grows on this top level, except maybe which is fine. I'll just put more succulents up there.
I said.
Up there? We put more succulents, will we?
I said.
You sad? You want the bubbles?
Sad,
Yes, I'll get you bubbles in a minute. Joys of kids. I'll happily get her bubbles in a minute. We're not far to being done. Thank you, darling. She's just giving me the bubble wand. Oh, the grapes finally burst into life. That's exciting. She's saying hi. She loves videos and she loves being a part of it. So you'll probably see a lot of her over the weeks doing these tours. Random potato has popped up. A few random potatoes. Didn't even know they were in there. More peas, marigolds, turnips, radishes. I think there's a sunflower or two. And the last thing is the cherries. Still don't know where I'm putting them. Still don't know whether I'm just going to keep them in pots. I may just keep them in pots this year. I'm very busy. 3 kids and a garden. We'll do that. They're coming along beautifully. They're getting new growth on the second year canes, which tells me they're going to fruit. They're not too shocked from being transplanted. They're giving new canes as well for next year. And that's exactly what we want to see. Alright, thank you everyone. If you liked what you see, click the like button, click the subscribe button. There'll be lots of different things coming along in the next few weeks, as you see in the greenhouse. Lots of things popping up, lots more frost tender things starting to sprout because the weather's warming up. And I'll see you next week. Bye.